Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul from Forex Smart Trade here. Glad you could join us. Forex Smart Trade, our goal is to help bring you to uh, uh, close the gap between where you currently are and your best self by helping you become financially independent through currency trading and using our proprietary indicators. So let us get to it. This morning, I guess first piece of business is if you have not changed the clocks in your on your indicators because of daylight savings time on Saturday, we need to change our clocks. And the way to do that is if you open your chart, you right click, go to chart settings. This number should be, under start time, should be 21. And end time should be 21. When it's standard time, it is 22. So if you haven't changed your clock, you should go through and change your clock. And if you don't remember what I've done, these sessions are recorded, and you can go to the website. Let's see if we can find it. You can go to the website, and under live trades, it shows each session, so you can go back and kind of go back and watch it to get it again. I like to start. I work off of a trade routine, which I recommend all of you do. When I start a new day, I take a look at what I've done the previous day and what I did right, what I did wrong, and what I could do better. And last week we didn't find a 10-point trade, so we ended up taking a thick orange line trade. It was a euro yen, and by the time I entered my order, we got 6 pips out of it. So we did pretty good. Thick orange line trade is good almost 95% of the time. So it's a very nice trade when you see the setup. Now, let us now go back to the trade routine. Next thing I do before I start trading every day is I like to take a look at Forex Factory. Just as an aside, the market's been moving fast the last week or so. So much faster than it was during December and January. So you need to be a little bit more careful when you trade, but also there's opportunities to ride things up and ride things down. Because it's moving fast, it's a good opportunity for scalps. A 5 or 10 pip trade, get in, get out, and then wait for a new signal. Looking at the Forex Factory for today, Tuesday, we have mostly yellow folders, which are low expected impact, and one orange folder, which is a medium expected impact. We have no red folders, so we've got nothing to worry about. So let's go back, take a look at our charts, and let's start today in see if we see any 10-point trades. And then as we get closer to the top of the hour, we'll go back and see if we have a thick orange line trade. As a reminder, on a 10-point trade, we're going to start with the majors and minors. We're looking for the lines to be either oversold or overbought. When they are oversold, I am looking for them to be pointed up and double crossed. So I don't have that here under Euro USD. Pound dollar, the majors are oversold and pointing down, double crossed. The minors have kind of already run through the channel. That is okay to me, so long as the majors are up here. So when I have the 3 points from the first part of the signal, I will then go and take a look at the TNTs and count how many lines are going in my direction. So here, I've got the 2 orange lines going down, and I've got the dotted blue line going up. So I've got 3 of the 4 indicators telling me that the market's going down. I've got the thick blue is going down, but that means up. So if I have a minimum of the 3 out of 4 here, that is good. Then that lets me take a look at the pressure. Pressure here, to get a point out of the pressure, I either need the lines to be going down or have the red line on top. Right now I've got sideways pressure. Sideways pressure usually suggests retracement, and what I would mean by retracement is we got a big long green candle here, that the candles will retrace what this candle is here. But let's see if we've got something better. Sideways pressure isn't down pressure, so I don't need to take a trade just for the sake of taking a trade. As new people, one of the biggest mistakes you'll make is you'll trade too much, or you'll try to anticipate the signal, and the signal won't be there, and you'll get fooled. The signals work, just wait for them. And if that means you only get one trade that day, you only get one trade that day. But usually there are more than one opportunity to trade. So going to the next currency pair, Australian dollar, we're more than halfway through the channel. So I'm going to pass on this guy. Australian USD Swiss franc, again, we're more than halfway through the channel. I'm going to pass USD JPY. I'm overbought, but not pointing down. And USD Canadian, I am overbought. Everybody's pointed down, and I've got a double cross. So that's 3 points. Going to my TNTs, the second part of the indicator or signal, thick orange is going down. Thin orange is slightly going down. Dotted blue going up, so that's 3 out of 4. Thick blue going down. I don't get anything for the thick blue going down. I've got up pressure with green on top, so I don't have a point out of the pressure category. Without a point out of the pressure category, I'm going to pass. I need a point from all 3 sections. So let's go to the next set of charts. Euro pound oversold. I only have one. The minors are pointing up, the majors aren't, so I'm going to pass. Australian dollar yen, overbought but pointing up. Euro Canadian, we are about in the middle of the channel, almost halfway. If we don't find anything, maybe we'll come back to this guy. He's just about halfway. We can maybe grab the other half of that move, but let's see if we've got something better. Australian, New Zealand, we're oversold. I've got the majors pointing up and just barely double crossed, but the minors are still pointing down, so I'm going to pass. Australian or New Zealand dollar, I've got overbought, pointing, everybody's pointing down and double cross, so 3 points there. The 2 orange lines are going down, so that's 2. dotted blue going up, that's 3. And notice with a lot of the U.S. currencies, we've seen this kind of same, the 2 oranges going down, dotted blue going up. So that's 3. And this is sideways pressure, but both guys are going down. So we could, this is a, this might be a pretty good prospect. Let's just see what the next one is. Euro, Australian dollar. We're oversold, pointing up, and double cross, so that's 3. The 2 oranges going up, and the 2 blues going up. So I may have 2 out of 4 here, so I don't have all 4. So right now, our best prospect from the trades that we've looked at are New Zealand USD. So now that I have the signal, what I need to do is I need to figure out how many points it's worth. So to figure out how many points it's worth, I need to open up USD or NZD USD chart. So I'm going to take an existing chart. I've already changed this, the D, Great Britain Pound USD. D means it's the daylight savings time chart. So I'm going to convert this into an NZD USD chart. I right click, I go to chart settings, and over here it shows the symbol, so I'm going to just change the symbol. And I go down to NZD USD, OK, apply, and it should change all of these. And then I am going to save the new chart so I don't have to rebuild it again. Save as. NZD USD, save. So the first thing I like to take a look at is I like to know where my support and resistance are. And if it's a chart, if it's a pair that I trade a lot, I'll already have it drawn on there. And this is not one I trade a lot. So I'm going to scrunch up the chart. And support and resistance helps me know where natural tendencies are for the price to turn. So what I'm looking for is where those seem to appear on the chart. All right, so I've got some turning right in here, maybe a little bit right here. And on a 60-minute chart, these spots tend to be about 30 pips away from one another, give or take. Again, it bumps in here, bumps here, bumps here, bumps in here. So 1, 2, let's go one below if we can find it. So right in here, it's bumping. And right in here it bumps. So now I look at the chart and I try to, again, going back to my trade routine, I want to know where my support and resistance are. I want to know what the trend is and the channels are. So that's what I'm doing. For the most part, the last day I've got a kind of a slight down trend, but for the last 7 days I've slayed up, big down, and it's kind of just been hanging out here. So I don't have a clear up or down. When I see this, then I want to know, all right, well, how much room do I have? How much room do I have till I hit this support line? So 11 pips, or hit this resistance line, 24 pips. So about 12 down and 24 up. So that's going to help me figure out what I want to do. And we have got a down trade. So here's my 60-minute chart. 3 here, and slight down pressure. So I got about 10 pips till I hit that line. On my 5-minute chart, which is over here, I've got down pressure with red on top, oversold. And on my 30-minute chart, I've got sideways pressure going down through the channel. And this guy's been on 100 for a little bit. So I think we could get, we've got 12 pips down. I think we could take a 7-pip trade on this and be okay. So to take the trade, I am going to open up my CoinEx. This was last week's trade. I'm going to open up a new chart. So file, new chart, NZD USD. So I look through this group, he's not there. Looking through this group, here it is. I'm going to open them up. I don't like this screen, so I'm going to change it. I've made some templates. I like to have my charts in different colors. I don't like the grid, so we'll shut the grid off. So here's the chart. To take a new trade, I do it in 2 steps. Step number 1 is I click New Order. It remembers whatever the last volume was that I did on a trade. To determine the volume, I'm going to look at how much is in my account. This is a demo account, and I'm going to move my decimal place over 4 spots. So I got $8,700 in this account. If I move this decimal place over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to take a trade of 0.87 will be my lot size. 0.87. My symbol's okay. Sell by market. It records a trade below. Now I need to put my take profit and stop loss on. So for the take profit, we said, what did we say? 8 pips. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, and we got 10 pips now. I'm going to take it for 6 pips. It's already moved a couple pips since we've been talking. So I don't want to go all the way down the line. And that's just because of the way I am. So modify order. So I right click anywhere along the order line, go to modify, 6 pips. This scale is in points, so to convert it to pips to points, I just add a 0 to that. We're going to put in 4 times what this is, so we'll put in 240. But we're going to go back and take a look and see I like to set my stop losses. I like to be 2 support and resistance lines away. So here's one support, here's a second support. I prefer to be somewhere right around here. Outside of this line and enough above to stop any peek throughs. So 60, 63.84. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, it didn't take. Why was that? 63. What did we do here? 63.84. All right. So that was the 10-point trade. So I guess the point to see here is that we're limited. We're going to take a look at, since we're trading off of an hour chart, we're going to be limited by our support and resistance bands. You see it came down and bounced here. So I don't want to take a trade that's going to go through this, because the chances are that it won't. So that's how we're going to decide it. Now let's go back and take a look and see if we've got any. We're approaching the top of the hour. It's 6:52. So let's see if we have a thick orange line trade. With a thick orange line trade, I start with the TNTs, and I'm looking at the thick orange line, and I'm looking at the number, the scale number. This scale number runs from 0 to -100, and I want it to be either at 0 or -100 or within 10 points of either end. So -50, -60, no. -34, no. -42, no. -29, no. -19, no. -58, no. So nothing on this pair. Let's go to the next pair. And the reason I want to take it at the top of the hour is I want the charts to have the current candle to have accumulated 50 minutes worth of data, so that I know that the signal is strong. So nothing there. -44, no. 0. AUD JPY. I've got a 0. So if I have a 0 here, I am going to take a look at my majors and minors, and I want to see all 4 lines. I want confirmation. I want something else that tells me. So when I'm at 0, this number means that we don't believe there's any more up in the movement. But I want something to confirm it. And the way I get something to confirm it is I take a look at my majors and minors, and if they're overbought, which they are, that gives me the confirmation. So I'm going to go ahead and take a 5 pip sell. So AUD JPY, I open up my chart. I'm going to open up file, new chart, AUD JPY. Oh, I don't see it here. AUD JPY. Was it AUD JPY? Let's AUD JPY. New chart. AUD not there. There it is. AUD JPY. Again, I don't like this guy. AUD JPY. And our signal here was for a sell, a 5 pip sell. So new order. My volume is going to be the same. Now, one thing I want you to see, my margin level right now is 188, 1,088. I want this always to be above 1,000. So I can take at most two trades at the using that formula that I did where I'm 4 pips, where I move the decimal place over and keep this at 1,000. So you'll watch it. This is going to go down to just under 1,000 when I take this trade. Oh, it stayed at 1,000. All right, so very good. So here's the trade. Now I'm going to modify it. Modify 5 pips. So 5 pips, I need to add the 0 to convert it to points. My stop loss is going to be 4 times that. And on these 5 pip trades, I like to actually do the math. So if I'm at 68,871, if I add 5 on the yen, the pip column on all of them, it's second from the far right, so it's this middle number. So if I take 5 away from 87, I'm going to go to 82. So 8, 8, 2, 1. Okay. And we're there. Our NZD USD is a little out of money. Let's just go back and take a look at it. He's gone a little flat. He is going more sideways now than down before. Let's see what's happening on the 5 minute. 5 minute is overbought. 30 minute is still coming down through the channel. I think we'll be all right. We still have downward pressure on the 120, the 240. The day is sideways. I think we'll be okay with that. I am going to go take it in my live account, and I'm going to pick up a couple extra pips because it's drawn back a little bit from there. Last thing, let's just see what happens. We'll wait one more minute to see what happens at the top of the hour with our AUD, JPY. Some people, some traders like to actually wait till the hour changes, and right when the hour changes, they like to see this number change by 10. So if it's at -7, I want to see it go to -17. So that move suggests that the move has already started and to go ahead and take the trade. I'm happy enough taking it if we have the confirmation here that it's turning, and the confirmation is that it's overbought. I find the trade to be a good trade. So let's just wait one more minute. Oh, actually it's already closed. So we made that 5 pips. We made that 5 pips. In fact, what we could do is we could probably take it again. Sell by market. Go back. AUD. Modify. 5 and 20. And when that changes, we should get it again. Let's see what happens. All right, and you see it did drop by 10, went from -6 to -16. So within the hour, we'll pick this one up again. So this morning we took 3 trades. Two were the thick orange line trades where we had the one closed before the top of the hour. So we took it again since we had a couple more minutes before the top of the hour closed. And we took a 10-point trade on NZD USD, and it's a little out of the money right at the moment, but within the next few hours I anticipate it to close. All right, great everybody. Thanks for joining. If you have any comments, questions, let me see. No comments, questions. All right, great. If you need anything, text me and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.